food for thought. So I know this week is some of you's first food demo. So I will be making easy eggplant stir fry. And I'm going to start by introducing all the vegetables. So I have the eggplant here. I have a bell pepper, some tomatoes, onion, and a cucumber. And then I already cooked my brown rice in my Instapot. So here's my brown rice on my plate. So we're going to go ahead and start by cutting the eggplant. So first I'm going to cut off the sides, and then I am going to peel the skin off the eggplant. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So cut off the sides. And then I'm going to use my peeler and peel the eggplant. So you can always use a peeler if you don't have a peeler, or if it's not working very well because it's kind of a little hard, as you can see. You can always just use your knife to peel it too. So you can either do that, or you can just take your knife and simply just peel off the skin, just like this. So it's all your personal preference. After peeling, we are going to put the eggplant into a bowl of water and sprinkle some salt over it, just so when we cook the eggplant, it won't be too bitter. Because if you have never tried an eggplant before, it might be a little bitter. Some people don't like that. So by putting it in water and putting a little bit of salt over it, and just kind of letting it sit there, it kind of takes some of the bitterness away. The reason why I chose this recipe for you guys is when I was talking to some of you in person, you guys asked about the eggplant. So that you were like, a lot of people were like, what? I never tried an eggplant before. I never cooked with an eggplant before. That's totally okay. I know some of you, some of the vegetables in your bag you might not know how to use, but you can always look up recipes. So like this one, all I did was type in eggplant, and this is the recipe that came up, which was a super awesome eggplant stir fry. So don't be afraid to try new vegetables or fruit. It's always a good idea to expand your taste buds and explore. So there we have it. We have an eggplant all peeled up. I'm just gonna dice it now into pieces. So let me do that. So just cutting the eggplant into pieces. And it looks pretty cool inside. You can kind of see some seeds and things going on in there. And then I'm gonna dice these into not too small, but a good size, like quarter pieces. And then here's my bowl, and I have a little bit of water at the bottom, so I'm gonna put it in there. Alright, so I have my eggplant in the bowl. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of water over it. Not too much, just to kind of wet them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my salt shaker and I'm going to sprinkle a little salt over it. There we go. And you just need a little bit, not too much. Next, I'm going to cut up my cucumber. And I'm just going to do same thing, dice-sized pieces. So cutting the cucumbers into 4. And then I am going to dice it. Alright. And then I do have my pan already warming up. So kind of just turn it up a little, take my lid off, And then I am going to add a little bit of olive oil. So put my olive oil in the pan. And then we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to add our cucumber. Alright, and then I am going to take my onion and dice that up and put it into our pan also. So the recipe does call for, if you're reading the recipe, it does call for 2 eggplants and 2 onions. The reason why I'm only doing 1 eggplant, 1 onion, I'm reducing the stir fry serving is because it's only a serving for 2 in this household. So I don't have 4 people. I'm just trying to make it for us 2. So here's my onions, all diced up. I'm gonna go ahead and throw them in. And if you don't know, I am an onion lover. So I love onions. I'm totally fine with throwing 1 whole onion in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stir it up. There we go. And then I am going to slice my bell pepper. And for this one, I am going to slice my bell pepper in long strips, is what I'm going to do. And as we talked about in class, you don't have to stick to the vegetables in the recipe. You can always use whatever vegetables you have in your refrigerator. So if you don't have bell pepper at the moment, you can always switch it out. Broccoli is always an awesome alternative. We can throw some carrots in there if you have it. So make sure you don't limit yourself to just the vegetables on the recipe. The sky is the limit. So if you have a lot of vegetables you're trying to use up before they go bad, remember you can always make a nice stir fry. So I'm going to throw those in. Smells so delicious already. You can definitely smell it all. Smells so good. And just turning those over. Alright, I'm going to put the lid on. And then I am going to cut some of my tomatoes. I'm not going to use the whole pack. I'm just going to use some. Feel free, if you're a tomato lover, you can use the whole pack. It's all up to you. I'm just going to cut a few, add a few. So we want to add the tomatoes last, not with the whole, we don't want the tomatoes too soft or soggy. So this is one of the last things that you're just going to put into the stir fry for about maybe 3 to 4 minutes. So not too long. Alright, so there I have my tomatoes. Looks so delicious. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my eggplants. And I'm going to kind of add a little bit more water to kind of rinse some things off. Kind of rinsing my eggplant off. And then I'm going to add the eggplant to the stir fry. Mix it all together. Smells great already, guys. Alright. Kind of let that cook a little. And then for our brown rice, I did just buy a regular brown rice from the store. And then I only cooked 1 cup, and I added 2 cups of water, and I made it in my Instapot, which doesn't take too long. I think it takes about 15 minutes. The reason why it's so fast is because the Instapot's kind of like a pressure cooker. So it goes, cooks super fast if you like rice. And then for the Italian dressing, I bought all the vegetables from Sprouts. So I got the fat-free, zesty Italian dressing, which when this cooks a little more, we're gonna add about 2 tablespoons to that. So go ahead and open that, get it ready, and it's brand new, so. All right. And then after we put our Italian dressing in there, we're gonna be doing, adding our tomatoes after. So, it smells super good already, guys. Alright, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of our Italian dressing. I'm gonna kind of shake it a little to mix up all the seasoning stuff. And add a little bit to it. So our Italian dressing is kind of like our seasoning for this recipe. So usually when I cook stuff, I add some garlic powder, some pepper, but this time, this is our seasoning, is the Italian dressing. So, mix that all in. Smells so good already, guys. Alright, and then let that cook for a while. So as you guys can see, this is a super quick recipe. You can either make for lunch or dinner. I think the most time-consuming part is cutting up the vegetables, making sure they're washed, and then just cooking all the vegetables in a pan. So I hope you guys try this at home. I am going to add the tomatoes. Alright, and then just a reminder for the class, don't forget to pick up your food bags at Native Health Central, either on Tuesday or Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 12. And don't forget to park in the food distribution parking spot. And make sure you tell them you're there for Mallory's program or Food for Thought, and they'll give you 2 bags. And they should be ready every Tuesday and Wednesday. You guys can just come and pick them up. I know I do send you guys text reminders, but just reminding you not to forget. Alright, so I think we're pretty much ready. Let's turn this off a little. Alright, I'm gonna put some on my brown rice. Alright, and there you have it. So our eggplant stir fry. I hope you guys give it a try. I will after I get a fork. And let's see how it tastes. Delicious, guys. Make sure you give it a try, okay? We'll see you later.